Hey, good morning everybody. Today is Monday, March 16th. I'm creating this video today to give you a market update for the region of Durham to let you know what happened in the residential resale market here for the month of February 2026. So there's a couple things before I go into the stats and analytics with you guys to let you know how we perform month over month, give you my insight on what's happening out there in the market, what I'm experiencing. I'll also show you what happened on a year over year basis as well, so you have a good indication of what's happening out there. But before I jump in, just want to let you know that the Bank of Canada, so today is March 16th as I mentioned, the Bank of Canada is scheduled to meet on March 18th to discuss their rate announcement. Right now, the policy rate is 2.25%, and according to different analysts and individuals that I'm speaking with, it sounds like they will be holding that key policy rate at 2.25%. So if you have further questions on that, or you may want to know how that could impact you on your mortgage front or whatever your situation may be, let me know and we can certainly have a conversation about that. Okay, so just going to jump into a little bit of analytics here to give you a good indication of what happened. So as always, so this is for all property types within the region of Durham, and this is for all different beds and bathrooms for the month of February. So just looking at this quickly, I want to go over the average price with you to let you know what happened last month. So the average price was around $846,000, just shy roughly. For the month of January, that was around $826,000. So we actually saw a month over month increase of about 2.3%. And then looking at this on a year over year basis, we're down about 6.6% roughly. And this time last year, the average price in the Durham for a resale property was just hovering around $905,000. Okay. The transaction volume. So we actually saw a 12% increase month over month, which is pretty good. I mean, we're seeing, more properties sell, the market's starting to move a little bit more. I find in the early months of the year, no matter what year it is, you definitely see a little bit of a market freeze happen out there, not a lot of transactions happening. So this is telling me a 12% increase. We saw 477 units sold last month. So the market's getting a little bit of a pulse, and this happens every year. January, February, things are a little bit slower. But as we, get to the end of February, early March, things start to move again. And then looking at this, the same month last year, we're down around just over 19% for a number of units that's sold. So market's a little bit slower overall, but I guess from a health perspective, it looks like things are starting to trend upwards this year. So the next thing I want to look at here is the new listings volume. So again, we saw a slight increase. So it looks like about 2.3% more units are coming to the market. So last month there was around 1,178 units that came to the market compared to January where there was 1,152. So, I mean, still a pretty good number, slight increase there month over month. But when you look at this from a year over year perspective, there's definitely less properties coming to the market as the new listings volume is down just shy of about 15%. Okay. Now, average sale price to list price, we're roughly, just shy of about 100%. Whereas in January, it was just shy of about 98%. And then comparing that to last year, properties were selling actually over asking. So right now, properties, for the most part, are selling pretty much at the list price, which is, it's good. It says that, overall the market's relatively balanced, I would say right now. We're not in a crazy buyer's market or seller's market. From my perspective and what I'm seeing, we're in more of a balanced market right now, which is good. It means it's healthy. Average days on market. So if you listen to my last video, so my January 2026 market update video, I was sharing at that time that I saw more activity in the market and it looked like properties were being scooped up quick. I was showing properties to different buyers and these properties were going quick. There was multiple offers again. So at that time I did forecast that we were going to see quite a reduction in the average days on market, which, lo and behold, it's true. Actually, we saw pretty much a 32% decrease in the average days on market. So properties went on average properties on average took about 40 days to sell in January, and that's down to about 28. And again, the main reason is there wasn't a lot of inventory that came to market in the January, February months, even layover inventory from 2025. There wasn't a lot. So these properties that were available, there was a lot of motivated buyers out there. These properties that were currently on the market were getting scooped up quick, which is the reason why we saw quite a significant decrease there. And the writing was on the wall for that. I definitely saw that coming. Now, I guess just to piggyback off of that comment there about the activity in the market, I mean, if we look at the average price as well, that's a true indicator that the market has, started to find some legs. There's definitely a pulse happening out there. People are, they're either paying over asking for properties. I'm seeing that. It's not craziness like we saw, 5-6 years ago, but there's demand, and the lack of inventory is causing prices to creep up again. Whether this is a short-term, situation, which I believe it, could be, or long-term, we don't necessarily know, but I think this is just a short-term result of market activity and lack of supply. Okay. Going forward, I mean, what I'm seeing just being out there in the field, I would say, pretty much what happened last month it continues to happen. Like we're starting to see new listings go up. It seems like now, when looking at it on a day-to-day basis, there's more properties coming available. But do I think it's at the level that we need it to be? No, I think inventory is still relatively starved. I think a lot of people, they generally wait till after March break or April to get their properties in the market. So if you're thinking about selling and you want to potentially capitalize on this lack of an inventory and situation where there is a lot of buyers that they're looking, I mean, now is definitely a good time. And I guess just overall, like where we go from here, I think this will continue. I think there's not going to be as much inventory as we need. Buyers are, they're aggressive, they're looking. There's a little more normalcy right now in what the Bank of Canada is doing. The inflation numbers, they actually look pretty good as well. So I think, when you start to see a little bit of normalcy in the mortgage rates, instead of wild fluctuations, I think that eases buyers' mindsets a little bit. Like not everybody's just waiting to see if they'll go down. Like people realize that right now you're looking realistically at a 3.7 to 4.3% mortgage rate, depending on the lender, depending on your unique situation, of course. But because rates aren't moving a whole lot, I think buyers are now motivated and ready. They're not waiting for the next opportunity. They're starting to get out there and getting out in the field and starting to look at houses now. So I think overall 2026, it's looking good. The data is looking good. Just overall conversations that I'm having with individuals, talking to people, talking to past clients. There doesn't seem to be as much of a fear factor anymore, I would say, in the overall global economic situation. On a national scale, provincial, regional, it seems like the overall mindset of the public is good again. So I think that that always translates to the real estate market as well. So I think consumer mindset is good. I think people are optimistic again. And I think that's going to translate to the real estate market. I really do. So I'm just going to wrap this up. Keep it short today. Hopefully that helped. I think if you have any questions, I think we're in a good position here going forward. But if you have any questions or you want me to break this down for you on a city basis or different area or different type of property, by all means, happy to do so. And no question stupid. If you have any question, give me a call, send me an email. I'm always happy to help. Thank you very much for watching. Have an awesome March, everybody. Enjoy your March break, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic week. Take care.